hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. Now the morning is the afternoon. We lay awake in bed. The blast so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. The moonlights, summer sky, it was the best we ever had. And we'll stay on forever. We'll never have regrets. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. Now the morning is the afternoon. We lay awake in bed. The blast so loud as the hours pass. We're gonna do it all again.
Robertina, your mic is off.
Oh, sorry. Hello. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. What about you?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me clearly without any echo?
Yeah, I can. Actually, I thought it's my music. Let me try to reduce it a bit.
Yeah, you can reduce it
Loud.
Priscilla. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's better. I can see Priscilla is here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, let me check on Belinda.
How have you been as we wait for Belinda? It's been long. I think the last time we did a live stream was in November. I'm early December.
Exactly. It's been a while. I've been. I went on vacation. I went on vacation. Was there for a while. Was there for long. I'm looking for something else I could have taken. Okay, this
Yeah.
they take back to it. I went for vacation. I took a while and I came back. So I was off YouTube, kind of. And for me, it's something funny. I relate with the schedule. Hey, Wanga lady. Hey, Wanga. Thank you so much for joining. Wanga, how are you? Yeah, I've seen Priscilla and I've said hi to Priscilla as well. So I do operate with the schedule. Jeez, see my earring shaming me here. I can see it live on camera. So I went, and I'm the kind of a person that sorry?
I was saying you're lucky my eyes can't see that far. Today I have those exhausted eyes. I've been staring at the screen like the whole day. So I'm just imagining looking at a screen and just shutting off.
Yeah.
And for me, like now in my house, if I come live with the camera, I have to put the ring light on, and it is very bright. Why?
Yeah.
Nimejaribu. I tried it and I was like, no, this one will hurt me. Yeah.
Don't be hurting yourself. We need you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I was telling you, I'm the kind of a person that operates. And for me, if 2 weeks I take off that schedule, whatever I'm doing for those 2 weeks happens to be like now my problem. Yeah. So that's otherwise, how are you?
Yeah, it sometimes becomes crazy. Even for me last week, I tried my best. If anyone saw me on YouTube, I was trying my best. I was pushing myself to be here because it was crazy. I was in the bush, far away. So of course there is a worry about family at home. Then you're also working. You have to also be there 100% delivering, It was crazy. So just thinking about YouTube or even to imagine the process of like editing even a 10-minute video to post, it wasn't possible. So I said, let it slide. 1 month later, YouTube will still be here. Yeah.
True.
Life has to go.
Me too, actually. That's what I decided after whatever happened. I was like, let me anyway. I'll still come back. I can't stress myself that much.
Yeah.
Sometimes life takes over. So. Otherwise, thank you so much. Hey, Fred, how are you? Thank you so much for coming. See you, Fred. Thank you, Fred. Yeah, me too. When I was off, I was like, I can't stress myself much. And
yeah.
Sorry?
Did I lose you? Oh, I hear you.
No. Oh, yeah. I'm back.
Okay.
Hey, Fred. Fred is saying hi, long time. Good, I'm good. Hi. Belinda, what are you doing there?
Where is Belinda?
Belinda, join. Belinda is in the chat.
Where Belinda? Belinda
I
is
said,
on ads. She can't even hear us. Wow. Hi, Priscilla. Hi, Wanga. Who else am I seeing? Dangote. Then there's
yes.
Christine there. Belinda, I'm not
Oh, yeah.
mentioning her because she needs to come up here.
Exactly. And I sent her the link. Belinda, the link, I've sent you another message, Belinda. Tina.
You're looking nice, host. I like your head. Ni wrap. Is it a wrap?
Wraps.
Yeah?
I normally do 2 wraps. Yeah,
You
it's a
wrapped it
wrap. Can you hear
yourself?
me clearly?
You're breaking a
Yeah,
bit,
there are
but
2 wraps actually.
oh wow!
And I noticed
I used to do a tutorial
on
on that
Thursday.
one. Oh, you did it?
Yeah, I normally do it. Actually, there are times even I do 3 wraps.
Wow!
Hey, Belinda is here.
Hi, Belinda.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Glowing.
Oh yeah, gosh. Hey.
I needed to look good before.
Of course.
You're glowing.
Public appearance.
Thank you.
Unfortunately for me
appearance,
today,
yeah.
I cannot stand.
Wow.
Yeah. For me today, I cannot stand the light, so that's why I'm behind the camera. But you guys understand. That's the beauty.
Let me cool off.
Take some water. Yeah.
I've already sipped some. I just wanted to share the link before joining the party. That's why I was down there.
Oh, share on your community, right?
Yeah. I'm Team One Gadget, so I had
That's
to fast
understood.
before coming.
Yeah, that's awesome. I will
How
try
are
to
you?
share as well, like 10 minutes.
It's been a while. I haven't been seeing you, Robertina.
Oh, me, I know I've been a bit off YouTube for like 2 weeks, Evie. The first week was a lot of work. The second week was traveling here and there. I was in the bush, like literally, see the bush here, live chat, literally in the bush. So working from there was crazy to just catch up with stuff on YouTube. But I tried where I could, mostly in the evening. During the day was crazy, but now I'm slowly coming back. Also with content for my channel. It's been a minute since I posted anything.
Good to have you back. How about you, Lady Bush?
Congratulations! Oh my God, I've just remembered. Sorry, Belinda. I have just remembered something happened to you, and I was not there to witness. So congratulations, finally. Congrats on your is it half monetization, right?
Yeah. Thank you. And I'm so grateful for that you guys have given me, because it has been immense, and like I couldn't do it on my own. So it really took the village, and I'm grateful. So that's full monetization. Thank you.
Yeah, you're most welcome. Okay, host, how are you doing?
First,
Unmute.
your microphone.
Host unmute. Host unmute. No, mwambie
We
no.
can't hear you.
Sign language. This is a sign for us to learn sign language. Oh, yeah. It's not muted. Oh my god. Amma, what's happening, Basi? What could be the issue? Belinda, can you hear her? Hello, hello. Hello. Let me see. I don't know what's happening. Belinda? Where do I type? Where do I write the chats? Guys, in the chat, can you hear us? Wanga lady, can you hear us? Fred, can you hear us? Because I cannot hear. Let me leave, then I come back. Okay. But the Lady Posh, can you hear us? Host talker. Okay. All right. Belinda, can you hear me? Belinda? Hello? Okay, and it's like Belinda is also not hearing us. Connect.
Hello.
Oh, I hear you, Belinda. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, that's
Lady
perfect.
Posh.
And what about host? Hello, hello. Lady Posh, how are you? Can you hear us? Why is it refusing? Not yet.
Lady Posh isn't.
Yeah, what could have happened, by the way? I've seen this
I
before.
don't know. You know,
Sometimes.
this is my second time using
StreamYard.
The first just tried at Netflix. I just wanted to see how it works. But now, officially, this it's my second time now using it. So I don't know how it operates actually.
Oh, yeah, because I'm also not sure, but I've seen it in some other live stream. The host goes mute, but they can't tell why because everything else is okay. Or maybe it's the laptop. Host, can you hear me? Can you check if the laptop is muted? I'm not sure. Oh, you hear us, but we cannot hear you.
Lady Posh.
What's happening?
I think even the StreamYard itself, it's not.
Hmm?
The StreamYard
Let me mute
itself.
kidogo. Hi. I still can't hear you. What is going on? Host, what if you leave again and then come back? So guys, anyone who's on the chat and knows how we can help out, please just type as we give host some time to sort it out. Wangalady says host Toka then Rudy. You can try that. I have no idea why this happened. Tina, umetuficha sura. Fred Dangote, please just understand me because I've been staring at screens like day in, day out. Right now, imenilemea. If I look at the screen any more time like a bright light, because to be here on with the camera, I would need my ring light na inanumiza macho. So that's why I just decided to come like this. My camera is actually on. It's only that I'm in the darkness. Yes. Okay. Ni macho peke yangu. I don't know who is here. I can't see because... all right. I see Lady Posh there saying, let me leave the studio, then I come back, and I hope that works. Wanga Lady, I think it was in your live stream one time. There was an issue with the mic. I don't know if it was in your live stream or it was Victoria Mima's live stream, one of the two. I can't remember what exactly you ended up doing for it to work. I think I hear you. Are you back? Yes. I hear you now.
I'm back. Ooh,
yes.
Thank you, finally. Jesus.
Hey. Welcome back.
I don't know what just happened.
But then what happened? Because that was weird.
Exactly.
Because if you already
unmuted, I tried to plug in my microphone and then it was too loud for me. I unplugged.
Then it is the microphone.
So I think.
It is possible it was the microphone that did it. Because now the thing would have been, I was to tell you, remove the microphone, but then I noticed you're not even wearing them.
Yeah, I had removed them, but it's still, I could hear you both, but I couldn't hear I could hear you saying that you can't hear me. Belinda dropped?
Yeah, she can now come up again. Then we can get started.
Least before it gets too late. Oh, thank you for all of you who've been here. Thank you so much. That was dramatic. That was a dramatic era, sure.
Dramatic. But it's happened. With live streams, anything can go wrong at the beginning, especially.
You have echo from your side. Your YouTube is too loud.
Eh?
Oh yeah, now it's okay. It's your echo from your side. Your side it was too loud.
Oh, I've muted
Now
my
it's okay.
other. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Belinda, you can come back. Yes, actually, I was saying that thank you so much. I take it for granted. You know, somebody's sparing some hours. Your device is not connected, Belinda. Oh yeah, it's back.
Yeah.
I was saying thank you so much. I don't take it for granted. You know, sparing 2 hours or even an hour. Somebody's fine. It's really a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Thank you so much. I appreciate.
You're most welcome.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. Yeah. And we'll be doing a lot more of these
Otherwise, congratulations.
types of talk.
Yeah, we should be doing a lot of this. We should be doing a lot of this. That's
sure.
And congrats to Belinda joining this group. No,
I haven't heard. Thank you. Thank you so much, and for the blessings.
Give me a minute, please.
Okay. Yeah, Linda, you were saying?
I was saying thank you so much. I haven't healed yet, but I'm grateful for the support, and thank you too for the blessings. I don't take it lightly. Blessings.
You're most welcome. And I can tell my Wi-Fi is not that good, right? My Wi-Fi is not that good. I can tell. I'm trying to see myself. It's like I've hung, right? Yeah, I think my Wi-Fi, for some reason, it's just hanging up. What happened today? I started getting these tweets. It's easy. Why?
I don't know. I don't know what's not happening.
Oh. Yeah. Now I've seen Gorex. Gorex, hey.
Hey, Gorex, I can't see the chat. Hey, Gorex.
I've opened the chat. I've opened the chat for you to see.
Okay.
I've opened the chat for you people to see. You can see?
I can't
okay,
see.
So
maybe
I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, but maybe it's because of the phone, but open the chat. Yeah. Gorex EV. That's another third channel. And let me tell you guys, I was feeling so anxious. My God, I can see myself and I feel like you don't know what's happening with you today. I think it's because I was anxious of doing this thing.
Speaking of anxiety, I think I'm also anxious.
It has anxiety lives in us. Yeah. I can see actually I'm buffering. Like from my side, I'm not clear at all. I can see it. Yeah. Otherwise, thank you. I think now we can go direct because I don't want to keep more of your. I don't want to take more of your time. 2 hours max. And I'll let you ladies go and sleep. Yeah. How are you feeling? Let's start there. How are you feeling?
Right now, I'm okay. I think I'm ready.
Melinda,
I'm ready for. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you very, very well. Very, very well.
Yeah, I can
yeah. Thank you so much for whoever have joined. As you can see from the topic today, last time we had a kind of related this topic with Robertina, which I loved so much, so much. And yeah, it's just a continuation. And I've added another beauty lady by Belinda. Hope you all know Belinda. If you don't know Belinda, get connected to Belinda. Congratulations to her. She got her monetization. So today we are just talking about, toxic parents, a very, very common thing that we do take for granted. Something that I think maybe 90%, not all of us, we've grew up with without knowing. Till when you get at a certain age and you just feel like, no, this is not right. This is questionable, I don't know if you have some of the experience. I don't know what about you. What we have experienced, real experience. What about you, Robertina?
That's actually, I'm glad how you say that it's actually a continuation of the previous talks we had, because they're all interrelated. And like we mentioned last time, we'll have so much to talk about, because this topic, we can't talk about this without touching on another. Like this one today, I see it almost going to touch on things to do with mental issues, right? Just my thoughts. Yeah, and when it comes to such a topic like toxic, I've read stories about toxic parenting. I've read stories, people giving their personal experiences on the things they have gone through with their own parents, and it's when you look at it from an outsider point of view, someone who has not experienced it before, you tend, most like majority of the society, let's say half is for it, the other half is against it. The one that they are like agreeing or supporting the fact that toxic parenting exists, they have gone through that and they don't want to condone it. But then again, there's the other group of people who are like, no, your parent is your parent. No matter what they do, you will always be their child. It doesn't matter what they have done to make you angry or something like that. But then it becomes really, and I think as we go on with the conversation, maybe we will get to that. But like for someone like me personally, I don't have my mom. She passed away almost 20 years ago, so I have no experience. There's no channel that I would have had for me to experience such a thing. And then my father lived quite far away from me, so we never interact that much. But I have read stories of people online, especially on Facebook. With the beauty with Facebook groups is that you can just go there and distress, and give your story. And the stories that people share, they are crazy. Like there's someone who was talking about their parent telling them, you will never succeed. From a young age, that parent has been telling this daughter of theirs, you will never succeed no matter what you do. And then they go ahead to use harsh words which are very insulting, and this coming from a parent is, I can't imagine that pain that the child is going through. And that's why now me as a parent, I try to make sure I am aware and conscious of the words I use with my children, just to make sure we never ever get near such a scenario, So this entire story about experience with toxic parenting, for me, I've only read the stories, read opinions with people giving comments, on particular stories. Maybe it's an anonymous post, which I highly support, because people now start going to look at your profile, and then they start judging you and say maybe you're the problem, but you've really gone through it. Imagine someone who you should trust with your everything is the one who tells you cannot make it in life. If this person is telling you that, then it means they don't have that bond they should have as a parent to you. And this would also beg the question, are they really your parents? There are people who have asked themselves those questions. Is this really my parents? Why are they telling me such things? Because from a young age, it has been lack of boundary, it has been insult, it has been discouragement. Like if you're a kid and you go to your parents with an idea, maybe a business idea or an idea of a course that you want to pursue so that you can have a better future, and then your parents will tell you outright, no, you can't do that. Well, you are not good enough. That is not your thing. You are good enough only for the small stuff. Like they don't encourage you. And those are just some of the stories I've been reading online. And it's crazy when you imagine those people in those shoes. But then again, like I was mentioning earlier, there are the people who don't believe that it actually exists. The toxic parenting. There's someone who is out there and they don't see how a parent and a child can have a toxic relationship. So then it comes back to, what is a toxic parenting relationship? And I think that's a question we need to answer today.
Yeah. I agree with you, Robertina. I've heard you mentioning the aspect of, are these really my parents? And I started laughing because I remember to some point, I once asked my mom that question. But to them, they used to, like, the way parents used to discipline their kids back in the days. So with us, when we were being punished, sometimes you'll be punished, you'll be disciplined until you start asking yourself, wait, are these my parents? If they're really my parents, did they like bring me on this earth to be punishing me like this, to be disciplining me like this? So a good one that you've also talked about is answering the question, what a toxic parenting is. I think that one is a good one to start with. And according to me, I'll term a toxic parenting a parent who maybe puts, this is a parent or a caregiver who puts their own needs before their kids. Like they are more self-centered than centered. They are more self-centered than centered. I don't know if that makes sense to you. And then they tend also to face certain behaviors that when you look at it, in that stage where maybe you're with friends with someone, or you're coaching, or rather dating, and then you see certain behaviors and you're like, yo, this is a red flag. This is a red flag. This is a red flag. So I believe, in as much as we believe red flags are in relationships and friendships, they are true in our families. And when we bring it down to our parents, and like you said, someone abusing you, or rather your parents abusing you, and then telling you that you cannot succeed. That is so sad to hear. Personally, I'll say, like, I've experienced such, but not from my parents, but growing up with people around me. There was a time I saw my neighbor, and the way he used to abuse that kid, I even asked myself, is this actually, is that child like really his? Because the way he used to treat that child, like, even if you're a mom, I used to tell myself, when I become a mother, a mom to my kids, I don't want to be a mom. When my kids see me, they're even afraid. They can't even approach me. They can't tell me when they have issues. Like, they are afraid, because when they see me, it's either I'm disciplining them, it's either I'm shaming them, it's either I'm humiliating them. And it's so sad. It's the kind of the society that we live in. So others have experienced, yes. Mine, I would say maybe I've experienced indirectly because of the beatings. Because of the beatings. because of the beatings, because I felt like, hey, they were too much. But come to think of it, I look at my younger siblings and I wonder, what is it with the elder siblings? Because the beatings was too much. And then you look at them nowadays, even if they make a mistake, you hear my dad telling you, no, we just need to talk to them. And they're like, why didn't you like talk to us back in the day?
Thank you. Oh, sorry, did I cut you short?
No. Oh, Lady Posh is there.
Yeah, I'm still here. You can see me?
Oh, I'm on this side.
Yeah. For me, actually, I experienced the same. And you know, it's sad to say, but that was the normal bringing up of brutal punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah, those kind of beatings are of minor things. And I can remember it because of those beatings. And then beatings and shouting, you know, raising your voice. There wasn't a low tone. It was just raising voices. I can remember at some point, and by this time I think I was in class 8 or maybe around Form 1. Belinda just dropped again. I can remember I asked my mom, why did you hate me so much, you know? And now, if I remember the young me then, honestly, I pity her. I really feel for her. And at the same time, I just feel bad for my mom because, you know, now I know she didn't mean that, you know?
Yeah.
She didn't mean that. That's where I'm in between. I feel for younger me. I feel for that little Posh there. And at the same time, it's when I'm like, she went through a lot. And sorry to my mom, but she didn't know better. She didn't know much, you know. And as I now said, that's where the question lies. What is toxic parenting? For me, I think that this is how I can put it. Toxic parenting, I can just say, it's just a parent who's just not emotionally attached to the baby. That's the first. Not emotionally attached. That's my first thing I can pinpoint. And again, over controlling, you know, and this is another thing that used to happen so much. Not seeing a baby as a baby, treating a baby as a grown-up. That's and I used to see it myself. I said, you know, in our homestead, we were just 4 siblings. And at some point I used to think, maybe if I'm just alone, I'll be loved. Maybe it's because we are many. Maybe it's because I'm the firstborn. There was too much. But I think
especially the pressure. The pressure on the firstborn is another thing that also contributes, because now you're now in this new family. You're the firstborn, and then a secondborn, a thirdborn, and of course, as the babies are coming, the attention is shifting farther away from you, and you're expected to behave as the grown-up, yet you're a child. When I got my second kid, I remember my mom-in-law told me something that is very important, and it actually helped me a lot. She told me that don't think that because now you have a little baby, your first child is not a baby. Don't treat your first child as wewe ni mkubwa, wacha kutumbua. You know how we do it in Africa or here in Kenya, basically. Like the firstborn kid, they are even under 3 years old, but just because they are the firstborn kid, they are supposed to know better, but they don't, because they are children. So for those areas or those people who are not conscious enough to understand that fact that this is a kid, in as much as they are a firstborn, they also need to be treated as a kid so that they can also enjoy their childhood. You know, do you know, like right now, like the two of us are in mid-30s. I don't know about Belinda, but think when you try to remember about your childhood, you remember everything clearly. And you know when your parent beat you, you can remember all those moments. Nursery, You remember all those times when you made a mistake, you got a beating, and all those things. So the same thing is also happening with our children right now. Whatever we are doing to them, and it's even worse because now wanachanuka mapema sana. They get to learn things at a very early stage than us. So they are more conscious. So a kid at 2 years is going to be understanding everything you're doing to them, telling them, and the mood that you're using to also communicate to them. And they will feel that energy. Is it negative? Is it inspiring? Is it positive? Is it guiding? Is it punishing? Just how you deliver it to them.
Yeah.
They're able to tell that. Because like my 2-year-old here, when I tell her, like when I'm telling, maybe she's done something wrong and I'm trying to tell her that's wrong, she will tell me no, like how she knows it is the right way. So I have to find a way to come softly, because if I come harshly, she will remember me as a harsh mom. And it's weird, it's unavoidable. So the question is,
Yeah.
back to the topic. If you approach such a situation in a harsh way now as a parent, does it now make you a toxic parent? And I think that's where maybe many people get the confusion, how to separate, because I think it is a very thin line between a parent being harsh on the kids and a parent being toxic with their children. And I think that's why we need to understand completely what is this toxic parenting. And I think it also comes down back again to what is a toxic relationship with anyone. People who don't respect your boundaries. Imagine you're in your teenage years, you're developing, your body is changing, and you need privacy, but your parent insists that apana, wewe, you're still my baby, come here. They're going to be hugging you in public, embarrassing you. Like they're not setting that boundary that they should. I'm thinking in those lines, like what are they, like Belinda said earlier, they are putting their needs ahead of your own without acknowledging the fact that you are a human on your own, right? So that's what I think so far.
Yeah.
Maybe to echo
exactly, and that's what I said. It's not the first. It's not seeing kids like grown-ups. That's what, as you said, when when can born, your mom will told you firstborn is not. I always say this who's a paddling. That one it should be a total not unless emergency cabling is just of the other sibling, but it's not be delegated by the parent. Take care. I mean, why should other sibling? Because in the first even have that, they will have like a parent versus me, and that relationship grows up like that. Can you hear me? Am I?
Yeah, we can hear you, although you are buffering just a bit. But we hear you. We are following.
I can see the here. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That thing of sibling taking care of other sibling, to me, I was saying, for me, it will never happen to my kids. Like a sibling taking care of another sibling, it will never happen to my kid. I can see another comment here. It's Gorex who said, yes, once I experienced what made me question if one of my parents is a real one. So it's very common, as I said, if not all of us, at least 90%, they've had that question. And then she continued that has become part of growth now, but the civilization world we are in does not support that. In fact, they can face the law and be caught. Yes, they can face the law and be caught. That's so true. But now we come back to our question. At what level do we say toxic? Personally, I said when you're not emotionally and not treating kids like kids, treating kids like grown-ups, that's a no to me. Hey, AC, thank you so much for joining. Welcome, AC. And now this one, we go. Do you have something else to add, Belinda?
Yeah. I think Belinda had something to add.
I just wanted to. I wanted to thank Robertina for speaking on behalf of all firstborns. Ooh, hallelujah! So with firstborns, like
is Belinda. You're a firstborn as well.
Yeah. Deputy Park. I am. So thank you for representing us. And on the issue of setting boundaries, I would say, like, if like you are able to detect this is a toxic parent, then when it comes to setting boundaries, the way you just said, you want to do your own thing, and then your parent is there, is like, no, you're still my child, etc. So with toxic parenting, they don't love that aspect of setting boundaries, because setting boundaries would mean you are my mom, yes, but certain things, the same way I put it in friendship, I also need you to respect that. But again, they respect that as who? They will remind you, I'm still your mother, I'm still your dad. So boundaries in what terms? So thank you for that, because you mentioned that, and I tried figuring out, in our African setup, you're not supposed to talk back to your parents, but nowadays, the generation that you're having right now, you just hear someone no, I know my rights. Gone are those days when the parent will dictate whatever you want, and you're just there. Right now, I'm so sure, Robertina, your kid can be able to tell you, Mom, I don't love this, blah, 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 blah. But back in the days, try talking back to your mom. You know what will happen next.
Still here.
You know what will happen next.
And can you imagine how crazy? Imagine, okay, Lady Posh. I'm trying to imagine a scenario, the way you've just said it, Belinda. My kid right now, he or she can tell me, I don't like this. And I always imagine the energy I would use to make them, let's say it's a type of food that they don't like. Let's say kitu kama cabbage. We all hated cabbage growing up. But our parents forced us to eat the cabbage, and we ate the cabbage. But now my kid will tell me, I don't want cabbage. And then I will try and convince him and, make sure he eats the cabbage. But even if I manage to, it is a lot of work. By the time I'm done with it, I'm sweating. And then when you look back, you wonder, how are our parents able to just do this? How much energy did they use to just make sure that we followed those very strict rules, which are also sometimes unnecessary? Because if the kid doesn't want a cabbage and there is the option of a spinach, why not give the kid the spinach and then get it done with? Because at the end of the day, to just have the kid to eat something and a balanced meal at that point, So I think you're right when you say the boundary setting is quite different from what our parents, or rather the older generation, was used to, and what is currently happening. Because kids now, there are those things with having rights, and also, I know in some countries where the kid, if you don't take care of your kid well, even the state has the power to come and take your kid away from you. And you're just there, you're just being a parent, you're just disciplining, you're just doing what you know is best for your kid, but the law doesn't allow you to do that, and your kid gets taken away from you. And it is somehow, it is favoring the kid, but then again, it is also breeding a human or a grown-up who will become which word do I use? Like someone who can't hear anything. You tell them to do this, they will be like, yeah, I know my rights. You can't tell me anything. And I came to realize, it's this thing that happens. We see it in movies, but we assume that it is just a movie. But on the ground, those things actually happen.
They do happen. And then another thing is freedom is good. But when now it's exploited to that juncture, it becomes again tricky. So I know, like, setting boundaries with parents, it's a hard pill to swallow. I know that it's a really hard pill to swallow, because also when you find yourself maybe growing up in a toxic environment, the only way for you to be able to overcome that, because when someone is toxic, when, let's say I'm a parent and I'm toxic parents like will never change. They will never change. They will never change. And if maybe embrace the same environment, I might find myself, maybe I grew up in a toxic environment, and then like I wasn't able to seek for help. So I find myself, maybe when I become a parent, whatever environment that I grew up in, I find myself like passing it down to kids, because I haven't healed. What I feel from inside is hate. What I feel from inside, like like growing up, I've never known like what love is, because when a parent maybe disciplines you, feels like, okay, I love my child, and maybe by disciplining him or her, it's my only way to show how much I love this kid. You see, because we were punished, and then we are being told that we are doing it for your own good. You see, so when we grow up and maybe you grew up in a toxic environment, that is what you're likely to pass across, because you can't give from an empty cup. You can't give what you don't have. So if you are still hurting from inside, then the generation that you're going to bring up, it's also going to suffer through the same.
Yeah, that's true. I can see AC there is talking about missing the firstborn conversation. Yeah, we tumetetea firstborns kabisa, because firstborns end up carrying the load of the family just by being a firstborn, instead of just recognizing they are also children, and it comes from an early age. And I want to echo something that Belinda said with that toxic environment. Like if your parents are the toxic, like the toxic type. And by toxic, maybe I want to mean, okay, the normal occasional punishment that is not toxic. That is just raising a kid up. And when I say toxic, I mean like someone who literally demeans you, yet you are their child. And the things they tell you, they are despicable. Like you can't imagine anyone wishing that on someone, let alone their own child. So if you're in such a toxic environment, I would highly advise, just out of what I've been reading and just seeing on the news, in the social media and everything, like you can try to detach yourself. And this doesn't mean necessarily detaching yourself physically, in that you have walked away and you don't want to ever talk to your parents again because they are toxic. You can still be living in that house, because probably life is also another thing. Life happens. You probably don't have money to sustain yourself, and you're probably still in your parents' home, but they are toxic. So how do you survive in a toxic environment? You need to set your mind in a way that you are not consuming and letting their words hurt you. You're detaching yourself mentally. You're just there. Do whatever you need to do. Don't pay attention to them, because at the end of the day, whatever they say, they just kind of need to say it. Maybe it is what keeps them asleep at night. Who knows? So for you, as the one who is in such a scenario, try to detach mentally, especially, because physically you are there, and out of circumstance you have to be here physically. But if possible, just be in your own space, away from them. You have a boundary, even on phone conversation. Like whenever you have a phone conversation, they call you, they are like, do this for me, buy me a phone. That's their characters, the toxic people, and in this case toxic parents. They'll be like, kama fulani. I'm getting an echo. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's from Belinda.
I'm getting an echo.
Yeah, I think it's from Belinda.
From my side.
Hello?
It's not.
I
It's
think
not
I'm
from
now
my
okay.
side.
Hey there.
Hello?
It's not. It's not from my side.
I think I'm now okay.
It's not from my side either. I haven't like touched anything.
Oh,
It's it's her echo maybe.
oh,
It's her echo maybe.
oh, it's me.
Yeah, it's your echo, Robertina.
Hello?
Yeah, it's your echo, Robertina.
What have I done?
Yes.
What have but I think the echo is now gone. No, it is still there.
But I think the echo is not gone.
Yeah.
No, it is still there.
It's still there.
Yeah, Belinda, you still have. I mean, Robertina, you still have it.
Yeah, Belinda, you still have. I mean, Robertina, you still have it.
Yeah, as she's making that.
Yeah, as she's making that.
I can see AC is here. AC, I was asking, are you a firstborn as well?
Because you said
I was asking, are you a firstborn as well? Because you said you missed the firstborn conversation. They gave it to parent. Is that? Is it from the side now? Is it from the side now? Is it from the side? Is it from the side?
I don't know.
What's happening today? I don't have anything on. Am I still getting an echo? No, then it wasn't me. Because now, can you hear an echo? Mbula, you are back.
Yes, I'm back. Okay, I haven't gone anywhere. I just muted.
Ah, okay. What's happening? Why it is not welcoming you back nicely? I don't know. Yes, I'm trying to get where the echo is coming from, and for some reason, no one touched any device. So we are feeling to understand. I think it is not well back to this. And it's not letting me back well.
YouTube is on Valentine's Eve.
Oh, see.
She's misbehaving.
Thank you so much, Mima. My saying it's still running. I had something in mind that I wanted to say to add on what I've missed it now for me. Once I divert from what I wanted to say, and that's why I have to have a note, like to be typing down. That comment has disappeared. What were you saying, Mbula? With time I remember what I wanted to say. With time I know I remember.
Okay. So I was talking about if you find yourself in that toxic home where your parents are really toxic to the extent that just to re-emphasize that toxic doesn't necessarily mean like they told you go get a job. They were just doing their basic parenting stuff. They also have the right to tell you as their kid, you need to do what is right for your life. But then there are those parents who never see you as someone of importance, someone who can do something. Whenever they look at you, they see a failure. It's like it was a mistake for them to have you, and they've carried that pain, and they have all these years, and they have now started pouring it onto you now, verbally, physically, through action, through madharau kidogo kidogo. Like you find you're living there, but you can feel completely you're not wanted. Yet these are your parents, and even if it's a time, let's say for example, you've stayed in your parents' house for quite a long time, maybe you're now 22, 23, and nothing is going on in your life, you're not in school, you're not working, you're just home. So I want to imagine a good parent will be very they will be stern and strict on telling you find something to do a small course, do farming. Kama uko nyumbani, if you're at home, you can do farming. They can ask you to just do something with your life. But the parent who now starts despising you just because of that situation you're in your life, then that's a toxic parent, because you might find even the words they tell you. I was reading a story the other day of a lady. She was talking about what her mother did to her, so that she decided to move away from home. So her mother, apparently, she sends money home for the mother to do, I don't know, to do shopping or something like that. But then the mother will call back and say, haujanitumia pesa ya nini? Haujanitumia. Like, it's a habit that has been going on for a while, to an extent that when the lady decided to get married, the mother told her, hata uta survive kwa hiyo ndoa yako, you are not married material, you know, those kind of stories. I was reading and I was shocked as you are right now. And this lady was asking for opinion. It was in one of the Facebook groups. She was asking for opinion on what she needs to do. And then people were there commenting, talking about she's toxic, she's a toxic parent and all that. And there are many reactions. I would say there were many reactions, because if your own mom tells you something like that, yet you're the one who keeps supporting. And if that same person, it was our whole story. She did mention that she has siblings, but the siblings, even littlest efforts, they are much more appreciated than whatever she does, even though she does the bigger part of supporting. So it was a weird situation. I tried to understand it. I tried to understand, why would a parent be this harsh on their kid and all those things. So for me, I just imagine, if it was me in her shoe, I would just cut off all ties and let life be, because you cannot stay there, because you will end up disrespecting your parents, which is wrong. You'd rather just stay away, let them first heal whatever it is that they're feeling. Because if you stay a whole year, another second year, a third year, a fourth, fifth year without ever making any contact with your parents, if they are real good parents, they will reach out. But if they are truly toxic, then they won't, and then you will have confirmed that they're actually toxic. Because sometimes I know parents might say things in the heat of the anger or the argument, but you can just call your kid out of the blue and tell them, your new marriage is not going to work. Your job umeanza, it is not going. Oh, the lady had started a new business. The business you started, it will fail. You are not talented. Those kind of things. So it was very harsh. I just hope it was a true story, not a clout chasing post. But yeah, that's what I read. And it's crazy when you imagine that these are things that are happening in this society. And toxic people are not only even the parents. We have friendship, workspaces which are toxic, and you have to find a way for you to detach from all that. Like, if it is a workspace, you need the money, right? You need to be paid. You need to go to work. You need to make a living. But how do you survive? You just detach from the emotional torture that comes with it. At least have a way that you are able to go there, do what you need to do, come back home, and continue with your life without letting whatever toxic energy is surrounding your space get to you. It might be a very hard thing to do, but it is better to just try.
And
I concur with Robertine on that, because distancing yourself is something important, especially when you're in that journey of healing. And maybe you see the story that you're saying. I'm a huge fan of Mkurugenzi Abel Mutua. So the way he tells these dire stories. So one day he was narrating a story saying that a lady is working abroad, and then the mother and the siblings, like, they had planned to call their own sibling and their own daughter. So the mother and the father, they had separated. So the dad remarried again. Now the kids were raised by their mom. Now the lady got work, she is abroad. Then, so now, I don't know what is it with people working abroad, because when people are outside Kenya, me once you're outside Kenya, I normally term you as you are abroad. So people do think once you're out of Kenya, you are earning lots of money. You see the pressure that, okay, she's not in Kenya, wherever she is, she has of money, and that money, it's when I call Lady Posh, Sinahi, right away, like you get it. It's the money that you have worked for, and people like need to understand that. So the lady, the mother told her, I've seen a very nice plot. I want to purchase that. It goes for 8 million. Are you willing we invest on that? And then the lady was like, yeah, but I can't get like that money like picked up. I have to like pay it in installments. Is that okay? And the mom is like, yes. So the mother had even organized, because she realized that they have a neighbor. The neighbor is on his last stage cancer, so probably he will be like dying in a few. So like they have the documents, even had to use the dying person to con her own daughter. So when the daughter, like you see, when you have a very good relationship with siblings, like you want to know, okay, mom is telling me this, you want to confirm it from your brother, and then you find out that even your brother is the same WhatsApp with your mom. The woman was sharing it with her friend, and then the friend, it was through that friend. The friend like felt like, this is not right. This is your child. Why are you doing that to her? So the mother, the friend decided to reach out to the father, and now it was through the father that the lady realized this is the second time that her mom is telling her there's no land, yet the mother has been collecting money and telling her that everything is okay. But when you come back, you'll find things. So it's so sad, but when, again, the way you said, detaching yourself, me, I'd agree with that, because you don't have to be a product of your environment. The fact that you grew up in a toxic environment and these are your parents, it's okay. We respect the fact that these are my parents, yes. But again, whatever that they're doing to me, it's not okay. For me now to stay there and go ahead and disrespect them, I think I just need to distance myself. Even if you're not going to talk, but I know maybe to some point things will get better. But a toxic parent will never change. He or she will never change. He or she will never change. And also another thing that when we're talking, I had noted down was the power of words. The power of words. The power of whatever you say with your mouth. You might feel like right now you are joking and you keep abusing your kid, telling her you are so stupid, you can't make it in life. Words have power. And this is a parent. Remember, even if your parents say something, you find that maybe I grow up, I'm not successful, but it's not that I'm not successful. My parents did that to me. They already like cast me long time ago. So me, I'm here grinding, thinking hard, things are not making sense. But because my parents, maybe they felt like they were abusing me just for the sake of abusing, but their words actually now came to reality, because your words become your reality. You wake up, you feel like you're telling yourself it's not going to be a good day, then whatever you feed your mind, everything starts from here. So when you're being told that you're not going to make it, your marriage is not going to work, then again it affects your esteem, because you're in that marriage and then those words keep ringing on your mind. It's not going to work. My mother said so. So again, to parents, they should be keen on how they bring up their kids, and also choose words correctly and wisely, because words are powerful and they might end up becoming a reality in the near future.
Yeah, it's so true. It's not easy to forget something.
Oh, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Am I too far?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
There is an echo from your side, Lady Posh.
Not all. I still have echo. Not unless it's mute it. I don't have anything on.
It is buffering.
You are good.
Maybe. After I did the where I was the location, because now I'm even getting closer here. Can you? Jesus Christ! Can you hear me?
Yeah.
My phone, listening it.
Yeah.
It's really. I think I'll have to go in with my phone. Let me see, because these are. I think it's the laptop that has the issue. Let me see. You know, as I was saying that, you guys were saying that, you know, these things, they start so slowly and very minor that as parents, we don't realize what kind of an impact they are having to the kid. As the way Belinda has said, you're stupid. Or maybe when your parent asks you, well, like, you can't tell yourself to do anything. Everything you do, it's always wrong. You know, you can't do anything right. You get it? Those things, if they stick into a mind, they grow up with them. And these are the kind of kids that they know about being toxic. They don't believe their parents were toxic. That you can hear such asking for the money, giving it out, because they know they're right. They can't toxic part from the parents. It's all inside. They can't see that. They are so wired. Me, I would realize space, as we've said, create space. It's about how you me get in with me, because now no.
Oh, she switched to the phone, huh?
Yeah.
Hope this is better, yeah.
I hope so too.
Yeah, but you're right. That thing of telling your kid.
Am I there now?
Very clearly.
Then the issue is the laptop. If the phone is going out to this well, then I think the phone is the issue is the laptop. It's not.
In fact, you are much better, much better now.
Then let me take a tripod for this phone. Then it was the laptop. I think it was the laptop. Let me get a phone. Yeah, this is what I was saying. So the moment you realize that it's toxic, either create space, and you know, as a therapist always say, it's about you. It's not about the other person, what they'll think. You know, you just create your own boundaries. Create your own boundaries and be specific. Because now this is about you. Because someone who's toxic, they can't realize that they are toxic. That's a fact. They can't. It's very hard for them to realize that they are toxic. That's a fact. So it's upon you to take steps. Either you create space, or alternatively, you just sorry, I'm setting up my phone because now it seems the laptop is the one that has an issue. How can it have an issue? Get more money to get a laptop. Yeah, actually, yeah. I can even, yeah. So it's good that once you realize that, because someone who's toxic, and if they're not willing to be in the journey of healing, there's nothing you can do to change that. Now it's about you to take care of yourself. Create boundaries. You know, you don't have to be harsh, like you don't have money, but let them know it's not every time they ask for money, there's money. Sometimes there's not that money, you know?
And also, I think that issue of money also boils down to instilling some type of discipline on people, just for them to know money doesn't come easy. Even if it is there, doesn't mean that the fact that I have it, you're not entitled to it. That is my hard work. There's a reason why I came abroad to work hard to make this extra money. Why are you just sitting there and getting mad when you ask me for money and I'm not able to give it to you? You shouldn't be. Even when you're back at home, and this is not just the parents only, anyone who thinks these people who are in abroad, they have a lot of money, and if we ask them for money, they should send it right away. There are processes that they also have to put things together for them to bring to send you that money that you're asking them for that urgently. And then the idea is normally like the first example that Belinda gave us. Oh, there's a piece of land we are buying. You just send money. When you come, machozi tupu. There is nothing. There's no land, no building, nothing. Another way is someone tells you, please give me a loan, I'll refund you. They send you the money, but you never, ever, ever refund at all, just because they are abroad, thinking that life is better there. But what I normally say and tell people is that life is better where you make it work. If you move abroad, well and good, but also you're abroad, you're also making your life better there. If you're in the country where you are originally born and you haven't moved anywhere, make it better there where you've decided to stay, instead of always thinking, fulani yuko nje, they're supposed to help me. You're now giving yourself some type of entitlement to their money, that they wake up early to go to work and get paid, just like you should be doing. Wake up, go to work, get paid, because that is the basic thing. I think across the entire world, everyone earns their money. And I think,
to add on that, another thing, Robertina, this is the saddest part. For people who have been brought up in those toxic, because they've never experienced love in that. For them to show love, they just happen to be people pleasers. That's why they can say no to anything naturally, not even to their home and not even to outside society. They are always there. They are the yes person, because they know the moment they just want to say yes for them to feel loved, of which is very, very sad. Very sad.
It is sad. Today I was watching that interview, the latest interview that Lynn Ngugi did with Rose Ndongondu of Makeup by Rosa. I don't know if you are aware of the things that she has been going through with her business, staff stealing from her. Yeah, that's a whole story. You can just go check her pages or just search Rose Ndongondu. You'll get all the details there. But that is besides the point. The reason I've remembered is because Rose, the entire interview was about how her marriage was falling apart while her staff was stealing from her business, and she was talking about losing 2 million per month. The least amount she lost that is in Kenya shillings. Now there's something she said regarding now her marriage and why she ended up getting a divorce. She was, when you are so ambitious as a young lady, you want to just become a business person and you're not interested in marriage at a particular time. So she overheard her mother and the aunt talking about her, saying that why isn't she getting married, or is she the type that loves ladies, You get me? So that's
I get it.
Yeah, so she of course she misses her mom, because she mentioned that her mom later on passed on. But that statement alone, the statement that your own parents can think that you're a certain type of person who you are not, made her to settle for the first person she met. And she was telling in the interview, she was talking about that was the worst mistake of her life. She should have taken her time. And I've remembered when you said this thing of they become a yes person, because you want to please your parents. You want to settle down as quickly as possible, have children, show your parents, no, I'm not that person you think I am.
Yes.
So I think she has also been through it. And what you're saying is true. Yeah, it's something I just remembered. I rarely watch those interviews which are like over an hour long, but this one I had to.
Those are some, those small words, because for me I can remember, and growing up I didn't know till now when I started, there are some of those things you just start questioning, and then you're like, but why was I hearing this? There are those minor things you might say to a kid without knowing, yet they are being installed in them. Very, very, like for me, I can remember, like when it comes to doing dishes, my mom used to tell me, and don't break even one. So every time I'm about to do dishes, I could hear that voice. She's not even around, like, don't even break one. And then the anxiety kicks in, and that's when I break one. And now she'll come. And I told you because I knew, And now at some point I was even like, every time when I was about to do dishes, I could call maybe my brother, because I'm the firstborn. I could call my brother, please help me to clean up this, because I could try to get, because I know it was already in me. I'll break one. It's such a word. They are bad. They are bad. It's not at all. It's not well at all.
Yeah, and it's true. Those words, they stick in your brain. Belinda, just go ahead.
I was saying, Lady Posh has reminded me of a scenario where my younger brother, right now he's in Form 2. When he was still young, he broke my mom's plate, the glass ones, zile za wageni. And then my mom was like, there's no way going to break that plate. It was you, and I felt so bad. I remember even reminding her of that scene. I told her, but mom, what them like back in the days? Because I try to picture how our relationship was back in the days and right now. I think like right now we'll even tell stories. She'll even tell that I'm not okay, because sometimes she'll just, are you really okay? Have you eaten? And you feel like, wow. Compare back days back. So also on the issue of the one that Robertina was talking about, I feel like, and also you, Lady Posh, the yes person, because I remember also doing a video on being a people pleaser. You want people around you to be. You want to do, but you have to seek approval from other people. Which I said, time I'll get through that. But again, on the issue of people pleasing, Lady Posh, what you don't get is, not getting, but also when you grow up in an environment, maybe you have 2 kids and you keep comparing, like let's say like you are 2, right? So your mom keeps comparing you to your brother. Why don't you be like your brother? Your brother you don't know what. Do your brother? You have. You should pay attention to both. But when you keep on saying, why don't you be like your sister? Why don't you be like someone else's child? So the aspect of also people pleasing makes you in a kind of trapped manner. You feel like you are trapped because these are your parents and you want to fall under the mercies of those you have. So there's no way you can say no to them. So if they say something, you're just yes, like that. I think it's
those kinds of parents that like comparing kids. I just feel they are the ones when you grow up, if you become like a well-off kind of a person, now it's like you're the say of the family, You have to be, we have to consult with Robertina. No, we have to consult Belinda first. What does she think? Is she okay with us doing this? They just profile you according to the level that you are. They just keep you there. You're the final say of that family. And it's very wrong, very wrong. Because, when you have
It's wrong.
kids, all of them, they won't be, we all have, different ways of living. It doesn't mean simply because that person has money is the person who can command everything in the family. There are some other people who don't have money, but their thinking is so upright. They're the ones who gives out ideas. But that's another thing, yeah. Especially that comparing, it's bad.
Equality.
Yeah.
Like and that same person, if they happen to lose all that money that they have, immediately they are brought to the lowest level of the chain, and they are never consulted. They just find things happening, and they're like, "How did this happen? When did it happen? Nobody told me." Yeah. And it's wrong. It's wrong. People should be respected for being people, not because of what they have. In as much as it's okay to acknowledge that you have worked hard, yes, you have achieved this and that, but that does not give you right to step on other people, because they're also doing their part in their own life journey.
Yeah, and those kind of parents, they normally get SPTS. There's a certain family that I know, and the second born is the one who got a kid that named after the mom before the first born, simply because of that. Simply because of that. And remember, these are two married ladies. One got 2 boys, the other one, no, I think it was 2 boys or maybe 3 boys, kind of. But now the second born of this mom, she had to name her mom. The mom was like, hey, I'm big born. My daughter, I'm bad. She used it to exactly. Now, they're so petty to such an extent, which is very sad.
That is being insensitive, because you can't control the kind of kid you're going to have, whether male or female. That's God's doing, right?
And not even that. There's another person's family set up. You don't know if they want to know kids. You can't force, simply because you're a parent, you can't force your kids to give birth to a kids that they will name after you. I mean,
you can't.
You can't, not at all. It's very, very sad. I can see Wanga, you're still here. Thank you so much, Wanga. Chajiras is still here. Mima was still here. Essie was here. I think she's still here, though. Thank you so much, all of you. I really appreciate it. Yeah, let's continue. Yeah, so that kind of, I think it's kind of loving them according to what they have, kind of conditional love, loving them according to what they have. It's really bad.
What they bring on the table.
Yeah. And it's very common, because you even hear in some families, huyu anakuanga tu mlevi saa zote, and it's their kid. They don't even want to hear what that person can contribute. Especially if you go to these family meetings, you can see a family sitting down. And where is Posh? Huyu achana na yeye ni nini anasemanga? What does she have to contribute? You already, even when you're not there, you don't feel like you're missing anything, because you're not already wanted.
Yeah. And it's so sad, like staying in environment, or rather in places where you're not appreciated. It drains you completely. And also, so comparison, what I wanted to echo on that was, when parents keep like comparing, let's say maybe my parents are comparing me to my sister, it's kind of, I once watched a movie where like 2 ladies, they hated one another. They hated like each other, simply because while growing up, they saw like the mother used to favor this kid compared to this one. So they really hated on one another. The one who was favored by the mom like couldn't tell if my sister, like, she has beef with me because mom used to do this and this and this. So by the time they are reconciling, they're like, mom, you are the root cause of everything that is happening between me. Because while growing up, you never appreciated my efforts. In as much as however hard I tried, like doing something good, you never appreciated me. So you kept like all the accolades will give to my sister. And then when even something great, you'll never like feel like I've done something. And you know what,
Yeah.
with kids, when you pay attention to one and you fail to pay attention to the other one of course will feel neglected. And what
Yeah.
kids like love, you paying attention to them, getting to know what they feel, getting to know how they're faring on, how was school, how was everything, you know, that kind of relationship that if you look at now the current generation like bring up their kids, and you're like, for me, I'd also love like that kind of relationship with my kids. Like I'll not love that relationship where I see my mom, I know it's something bad that I've done. When I see my mom when I'm washing dishes, I'm about to break that plate. You see?
Exactly.
So comparison again, I would say for parents, it's high time you pay attention like to all your kids. Like treat them equally. Don't like favor this one because this one is my favorite because she performs well at school. This one, it looks like her father. Her father, like book wise, he wasn't okay. Now you see now this kid like growing up, and especially when the kids, you know, the toxicity part also comes in when maybe you find maybe parents separated, and maybe if I separated with my significant other, I start like blaming my kid for that. You are the reason as to why. Or you're the reason as to why I'm not married right because I have you. Father left me. Like, hey, children also, they're human beings just like us. There's need
That's
for
true.
parents to pay attention to them and avoid neglecting
Yeah.
kids because they feel unwanted also.
And to add on that, that's very true. It causes a rivalry in siblings. They grow up not liking each other. Because kids, they do see. It's oh, why always you? My mom compares me with you. Why not me? Why always you? You know, they end up, and even the one that is seeing like a better one, that sibling will start down looking on this other one. You're always, even your mom, even mom says, even you know, it causes some rivalry, and they grow up with that. Ritual, thank you so much, Ritual. I can see you're still here. Yeah, that one, it grows up with them completely. It even causes the kids not to like each other till when they are grown ups, of which it's not the best way.
I've even witnessed a scenario where there was this lady, I think it's last year, I was experiencing that. I had gone to visit a friend, and then I was asking, why is it that this small girl calling, like, you know, there are two. This one is already done with her Form 4 studies. The other one is in grade 6. But the way the one in grade 6 is commanding this other lady, it was so awful and bad. And she's like, you bring Miss Joy, don't know what. Mom is still there. It's still there. So when you look at this one, she's always like, can't even do anything. I actually pitied her because now she's expected to go to college. Yet she's being harassed by a kid who is in grade 6. And she can't say anything. She can't say anything. I
don't even know what
the grade 6. Yeah.
I like what Gorex have added, saying deliberately given hard chores to a particular child without. Exactly. Those they used, or maybe they still do that, you know. They still do that. You know, you're the bad, and they do. Sometimes they won't even say anything like a negative to the baby, but once they are living, if the parent is going somewhere, by the time I come back, you must have do the dishes, you must have cooked, you must have ironed, you must have folded the clothes. Well, the other one seated there is being told nothing. And do you know, even to the other one who's being told to do nothing, the other one who's seeing so much loved, do you know even that is kind of a toxic parenting, where your mom is doing, where your parent is doing everything, where, you know, you're just pampered. It's another way of toxic, because it's like you're not thinking for yourself. Your parent has to be there. So when you go extreme, it's not healthy.
Yeah. You're not allowing the child to develop. The child like can't do anything on their own. They're just there. My mom will do it for me.
Yeah, that's very true. And not even letting this kid, because the moment the parent does that, they don't even let these kids to have kind of their own dependency to do something. They are just waiting for them. No, my mom didn't say I do that. You're the one who was told to do everything. My mom did tell me to do anything, and they just end up that way, of which it's also, if you go extreme, it's not. And this is where now it goes again back. But I think again back to what exactly is toxic. But I think it depends now,
Yeah. Okay, to some might think a toxic, like when I see a certain behavior in someone, like I was telling Robertina the moment not there. I told Robertina
there.
when I
see
a certain behavior. Are you saying something?
Yeah, I think she's okay now.
I was telling Robertina, when you see a certain trait or a certain behavior, you're like, yo, this is a red flag. That is a toxic person. So to some people, they term toxicity with the behaviors that people display around them. So someone might look at you and say, okay, I think this is just a red flag. This person is not good for me. This person is.
And do you know that sometimes I do feel like that term red flag, we use it so commonly and anyhow, That's how I do see it sometimes. Because sometimes I think what I might call a red flag, it's not your red flag. You don't have to I don't have to impose it to you. No, that's a red flag. You should look at that. No, because we are brought up differently, I think, and we know differently. Yeah, sometimes I do feel like, and do you know, there are those kind of people, like they are always spotting such negatives. Always. That's toxic. That's trauma. That's a red flag. I think that's a very dangerous person.
Yeah. And I think now that you mentioned it, red flag is quite relative, because for me, probably, let's say, for instance, it's in trying to hire a new person to come and work maybe in our company or to work for me. This person, if, for instance, they mention something that, let's say I'm hiring for a sales position, and then they talk about them being highly passionate about things to do with technology or IT. Technically, that is a red flag in relative terms to this position, because I'm looking for a salesperson. What they possess, I don't need. So this is not the right person for me. So basically, the red flag thing is relative. It is personal. What is a red flag to you may not be a red flag to someone else. There is someone who, if maybe they're looking for a husband or a wife, they want someone who goes to church. For some people, that's a red flag. But there are people who will be like, I want someone who goes to church. But there are people who will be like, that person who goes to church, no, is a no for me, because of various reasons. There are people pretend that they are good people because they go to church. I'd rather someone who just doesn't go to church, and we can figure out church things later together. Yeah, but then coming back to our topic, I wanted to mention something I saw, I think yesterday or the day before. I don't know when it was, but it is very recent. Lady Posh, when you mentioned about when a parent does not encourage one kid to learn house chores, to learn to be responsible, they don't give them a chance to develop, they become bad humans in the society. I saw a celebrity. He was being interviewed, and he was asked what he looks for in a wife. And he said, as in him, the only thing that would make him settle with anyone is finding a good girl who knows how to cook. If she doesn't know how to cook, she can walk away. And then he went ahead and contradicted himself when he said, I even laughed. He said, if you live alone, as in, okay, he was trying to emphasize the point that you must know how to cook as a woman. So if you live alone, are you going to die of hunger because you don't know how to cook? And then I almost commented because I wanted to ask him that exact question. You, who wants to marry someone who knows how to cook? You, if you are living alone, are you going to stay hungry until you die because you don't know how to cook? And I saw it like, this is someone who's just spoiled. They don't know how to be a responsible person, because that is someone, imagine if he marries that girl and that girl who knows how to cook gets pregnant, she goes, delivers her baby. She needs him as a husband to take care of her, but he will not. He will not, because for him, he only wanted her for cooking. And that's the result of this toxic parenting. You are brought up in a way that you think that some certain house chores are for females. Only men are supposed to do only this thing. Always support the people who say let everyone learn anything they need, the basic needs, the basic house chores that one needs to do. Learn how to wash, keep a clean home, cook for yourself, because one day even your partner, they may be sick. If they are sick, they can't cook, you cook for them. And this is actually bringing us to another topic which we may need to look into in future, the patriarchal systems from way back and how we can break them, how we can break out of them, the roles women have been given, the roles that men have been given, and then tackling this entire story of 50-50 sharing of, these crazy things that are going on in our current society.
I support that one, especially when it comes to patriotic roles. That's something it just gets to my nerves. I do have a son, and this son, since he was young, he knew after eating, please stand up with your plate, put it in the sink, clean it later. There is no gender for doing that, for cleaning after you. No.
Yes.
And do you know, my boy, even in school, like, even when he used to come home with homework, there was no one who was telling him, let's do homework. He knew, like, to structure himself. For me, even today, and sometimes you live with some people. If there's one thing I never understand, it's someone, you'll see someone roaming around in the living room. What are you doing? I'm looking for a knife. I mean, make me understand that a knife in a living room, is a knife supposed to be in the living room? Even sometimes I even sit and think, am I the one who is on the wrong, or it's this person? Yeah, it's... I mean, be organized. Regardless the gender, please be organized, because you never know about the future. Be organized.
True.
It's not moving around, you're even moving to the bedroom, you're looking for a knife that you had. I mean, no.
Well, that one has made my day.
I think, I mean, and this is out of topic, when it comes to being organized, I think it's too bad. Mine is too bad to sometimes I even feel like I'm in other people's spaces. Like, I'm the kind of a person, if I'm sleeping, you ask me, Posh, where's a certain thing? I swear I'll tell you exactly. If it's not there, it was moved by somebody else. I'm such a kind of, till to some point, I just feel, no, you Posh, even now you're too much. That's being too much. Of which it's true, it's being too much. As much as it's being organized, if you go extreme, that's when now you can't live with other people. You are just being a burden to other people.
Yeah. But just basic thing, It's
Thank you so much, Chajiras. Chajiras is calling it Tina. Thank you so much, Chajiras, for sticking around.
Oh, Chajiras, how are you? Well, hey, that was nice, and I think when we start one topic, we always find something else. You remember, like last time, we were talking about domestic abuse, and then it is relating to this topic, and then it is
Yeah.
relating to the other topic.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think this is better. This is actually nice. We just pick one, and then we look
Yeah.
into it exhaustively, kabisa, and then it's leading us to the next one.
Like now you picked one about patriotic roles. Yeah, those ones.
Yeah.
Those ones. You know, sometimes I even fail to understand. Men don't cook. Men don't. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
They should. It, and I'm happy with our current generation. Actually, you see, like now the three of us, the way we are here, we are the current parents. So we have that responsibility to raise humans who don't specify gender. What are they called? They're not specifying gender roles. You know, everyone should know that a home should be kept clean. At home, we cook. We all clean. Everyone is responsible for their own dirt. Like if you have a dirty plate, take it to the sink. Even if you won't wash it, at least you've left the living room clean or the dining table clean. If you are removing socks or uniform or just your own outfit, you're putting them in a laundry basket. Yeah, if it is not you who's going to wash, probably maybe the place you're living, you have a house manager who's taking care of all those other things. It does not guarantee or give the kids in that house the permission to just live anyhowly. Fulani si atachukua tu socks hata nikiweka hapa kwa mlango. I mean, it's wrong because you're also breeding people who are disrespectful. The moment a house manager gets kids who are behaving like that, they also become harsh. And then you start hearing these stories. The house manager was a bad person, but they are also human. They need to see some kind of unity. Yeah. Let the kid pick up the plate. They will not wash it. They'll just learn the discipline of cleaning after themselves. And at that is, basic. Just the basic stuff. Even in the bathroom.
Basic things of cleaning up after yourself. At least basic. For me, I can remember because from the time I started knowing my home till when I was actually it's still today. At home, there's a lot of work. There's so much work in our home, and big land. So for us, we've never grown up. It's now after we grew up, we normally stay with the houseboy. But before then, there was a house girl, and at some point, there was a house girl and a houseboy at the same time. But I can remember from the way I was brought up. For us, we didn't know that these are chores for the house manager. I mean, you finished eating, you take the dishes, you do the laundry, you do. For us, we didn't have that. This house manager, no. Until today, something fun. Even when we are grown up, as much as we have a houseboy, we always help him. Like, what are you doing? You're busy. You're milking. It's okay. Let me get the water for the cows. Let me feed them. Let me clean the cows' shed. I mean, that's how we brought. Till today, we don't see you're going to the farm. Okay, let's go. Are you alone today? Let me go with you. I mean, we've grown up like that. Thank you so much, Mima. Lady Poshi mdosi amedikalia lakini niko. Thank you so much, Mima. I understand. Just leave it running, and thank you so much, Mima.
Yeah, that's amazing, and
Lady.
It's an example of a healthy home where there is no toxic parenting, because at least everyone takes part in helping even the person who has been brought to do their housework. That's a huge plus, because in many places, and I'm sure in many homes, as long as there is a house help, the kids do nothing, and the parents contribute to this part. They don't tell the kids, take your plate after you take it to the sink, leave your shoes outside. You find someone is just cleaning the house and then they come in with their shoes. And it's not that they don't know, it's just that they are not reprimanded. Whenever they do such a thing, no one tells them that's wrong. It's like, Fulani, amekanyanga hapa, panguza tena. It's wrong.
For me, I can remember even at some point my dad told us, mnaona hizi ng'ombe zote naweza ziuza na mkunywange strong tea na hiyo mtakuwa sawa. You know, by then we used to think akisi kuna mtu wa kufanya hiyo kazi. Mbona that was another thing tulikuwa tunaona lakini hatupendwi. Si kuna mtu anafanya kazi, but it's now I realize what was it.
Yeah. Me, I'd also want to thank my parents for that, because in as much as we are 3 ladies, 3 gents in the house, my mother was like, kwangu hakuna mtu kubagua. If there are dishes, you're going to do all of that. Also to have a duty. It's me, tomorrow it's my brother, following day my sister, like rotational, even with cooking. There was no like, in fact, my mom, when schools like are closed, she will tell you, I cannot go to that kitchen and I have kids. So you'll have to organize yourself. You'll have to ensure, okay, if someone is going to the shamba, then we'll have someone preparing for breakfast. My sister will do lunch, I'll do supper, someone else will do dishes. Like, it's just amazing. But I was also I witnessed this. There is a house help in the house, and then it's so sad. It's my niece. So I had gone to visit my cousin, and then I see they have a house help. And then when the kid comes from school, uniform in the living room, and then she goes to the bedroom, and the parents say absolutely I actually got mad. I was like, this kid remembered, oh no, relax, Belinda, you're not a mother, you're not, like, I was so irritated. She goes back, she sits there and she's like, I want tea. She knows where to get tea actually. But again, now that they have a house help in the building, so she has to do everything. You see the basics that you have said, like your son knows, like when they're done with eating, he will take his dish to the kitchen, and then maybe with her it was totally different. She's done with eating, walks out majestically, President Kingston herself, and the partner was there watching. Hey,
you know, it would actually make a bit of sense.
The same way you had a shamba boy, and also you could help, and maybe by that time you would say, like, why are we doing this and yet we have this? For our case, it was
exactly.
We can. I remember we can. Yes, Robertina.
Just continue. Okay, let me just say quickly and then you continue. I wanted to contribute on that. Like, this girl who is leaving uniform in the living room, sitting down and saying, I want tea. I wanted to say it would have made a bit more sense if it was asked in a more respectable way. Like, can I please have some tea? It would have made a bit more sense. But now she's demanding because of the fact that this is a house help.
And paying the lady.
You know that thing of those kids that we can call of spoiled, they're the ones who grows up to be so authoritative people, you know. They just feel like they can command everyone. Which now when they get to the society, even if it's in the workplace, I mean, it's your boss, but you can tell her, never shout at me, you know, tell me, I can listen, you don't have to shout for me to hear, you know. They are so authoritative in the society. They are those kind of people because they know they can only say. So the moment they tell you and you don't do whatever they are telling you, it will go to them raising their voice, or maybe kind of being kind of physical. Why can't you understand what I'm saying? Why can't you do what I'm saying? You know, of which it's not supposed to be that way.
Sure,
it's not supposed. Like. For our case, we used to have a house help, yes, but again, over the weekends, my mom will tell you, no, you're going to do dishes. She's going to mop the house, etc. When the house help is doing laundry, you're going to those. So it wasn't like, and you see, like Robertina was saying, you find like you start blaming the house help because of 1, 2, 3. But the way you treat this house help in front of your kids actually determines how this lady also treat your kids, because you're not there.
Yeah.
So if you are so abusive in your absentia, that is what that house help might end up doing. You will aggress that anger, the one that you normally, that energy that you give to your house manager. Now he will bring it down to you. Maybe let's say you have a young one, so he'll have to go through that because you couldn't help when things were going messy.
And you see that thing of doing like all the duties or maybe all the chores, all of you. You know, it even helps us when you're grown up and you're working, and it comes to teamwork, even in your office. Like your part is done, help your partner. You never feel like, but this is not my department. This is not what I was. But have you noticed, even at our workplaces, there are some people who, this one we always help her. They never finish their work. We are always there to assist. There are still those kind of people because they grew up knowing this is what I'm supposed to do, or maybe I'm not supposed to help each other. It's like, I do this, you do yours, we are good, class, you know?
Yeah, true. So it happens.
Shajira is saying, Belinda, that was our story to sharing all house chores. That's Shajira's telling Belinda.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's sharing the house sharing the house chores is amazing, because let's say, like, I used to love them days when we'll do harvesting, and then you have like the maize outside the compound, and then the rains are coming. You are there, like, you can't say like, it was Lady Posh who was supposed to do that. Now it's your responsibility. And make this dream of getting this maize out of those rains come true. So
and let me take you back to something else I've remembered. You see, such kind of chores in some family setup, if it used to happen, like if you don't do it, all of you, and then your parent comes back. So you did collect that maize. Come here, Belinda, you're the firstborn. You couldn't tell them to do it, and you're the firstborn. I mean, exactly. You can tell your kids what to do. You can tell your kids what to do.
You're supposed to ensure that everything is in order. Everything is.
Oh, she just dropped.
Oopsie.
Yeah, maybe she'll be back.
Yeah, but at least this was very interesting. The topic, I think we have handled it the way we are supposed to.
The way we are. Take a note for the patriotic roles. That one will come next to yours. I've seen Mima saying.
Another topic that just crossed my mind while we were talking was about what was it? Gosh, imenipotea. It's escaping my mind. Just like 5 minutes ago. I'm in the dark. What was it?
Oh, okay.
But anyway, if I remember,
I'm sure utaikumbuka.
Yeah.
I'm sure utaikumbuka.
Okay. Just go ahead with Victoria Mima's chat.
Yeah, it's Victoria Mima. Ako wapi hata nimemwambia sawa. Victoria Mima amekuja hapa na tu hasira toke. Lakini watu waki since we started ni watu watatu ama wanne. Kawambia ni sawa Mima, don't worry. You know, one thing I've noticed, once you're out of these streets, coming back for people now to start remembering you, it's not easy.
I saw that comment and I didn't get it. I didn't understand. I thought she meant she has only watched 3/4 of the video.
Or maybe what did she mean? Because she said, lakini watu waki, since we started, 3 or 4 watching. That's how I got it.
Yeah, you got it right. I think
Don't
that
be
is what
stressed.
she meant. But you know what? Yeah. Even me, whenever I do a live stream, when I have more people, they will go up to 7 if they are more, and I never complain. I don't want it to be like a thing because that's the culture, which is a very unfortunate culture we have brought here on YouTube, that as long as I come to your channel, I'm expecting you to come. Now imagine if 20 people come here and they are expecting you to show up for them. I always say, let YouTube do its job. We are here three. We are talking about something very valuable. This video will reach someone who will watch it from A to Z, and they will gain value. Yes. It doesn't matter if they are here today or not. That's why actually, even when I'm doing my live stream, I always consider the person who will come to watch much later when we are already gone. And I normally go back to the video after it has processed. I'll cut the first parts, which are like setting up the first few minutes. Are always crazy. You can cut from YouTube Studio, so that whoever comes next time, they'll just start from the point where you started the discussion.
From where it started.
Yeah, so I never really mind about the people who come on the live stream. If they come, they are most welcome, and I'm happy to host everyone who makes it. But if they don't make it for one reason or another, then we understand. And then again, I am sure, like, we are here doing a live stream, there's another creator doing a live stream, and another and another. There are so many at this time, and one person is just one person. They cannot divide themselves among all these people. So those who make it, we appreciate them and move on with life.
Yeah. And do you know, even another thing, it's sometimes you might go to a panel and you feel that's not your topic, of which is understandable. Because there are some I can go and I'm like, no, this is not my topic, but you can see other people enjoying it. So it's okay. It's also Tajiras is saying, sure, Tina, I love that. Yeah, that's very true, Tajiras. So
that's the truth. Because let me tell you, you feel like what we are doing today, we are discussing this topic, right? The other day, maybe next week, maybe even if we do it once a week, we'll have another topic.
Yeah.
One day, one time, YouTube will push these videos to the people who want to listen to those topics. It doesn't have to be our fellow friend creators. And there is no harm. I'm not saying that we don't want them to come. We want them to come. But if they cannot make it, there is no bad blood. We understand. Yeah, it is normal, and we move with life, because at the end of the day, you also have to look at, you see, like for you, I'm sure you set this time because that's when you're available. Maybe the other hours, the other 22 hours of the day, you are busy somewhere else, but you got these 2 hours today to come to YouTube to share this knowledge, this value, this chat and mind-opening topic. If someone is just maybe tomorrow they are coming across, maybe someone might even be stressed about their parent, and they will just do a search, toxic parenting and how to deal with them. Imagine if this video comes up, it will be helpful.
They'll click on it.
This has been amazing. It's been 2 hours.
Yeah. My max was 2 hours, and Belinda is saying mid-rolls. Actually, we're about to log out, Belinda. It's been 2 hours.
Belinda, come here and say goodbye.
Or maybe it's her Wi-Fi. Today we just have some spirits moving around. They don't want me back. But
you know what? I don't know, the thing with YouTube, especially live streams, they can embarrass you. You know everything that you are supposed to do, and you do it, but then something
just out of the blue. Just one thing we missed. That's
true. I remember the time I was trying to share a screen, And I was like, why can't I see the screen I'm trying to share? Why is it not coming on the screen? Kumbe, I had put those short videos and I was supposed to uncheck them so that they stop showing on the screen. But it took me a while. By the time I could figure it out, I'm like, and I was like even Googling. I was wondering now, what am I doing? Well, I'm trying to share, and then the way I do my live stream, I like to just go straight to the point. So I'm trying to share and I can't see it, and then I'm like stuck. Felt crazy, but anyway, it's like
sometimes it can humble you very, very well. It can humble you completely. Otherwise, thank you so much. I don't want to take much of your time. Actually, it's already 9:30. It's going to 9:30. Thank you so much for honoring my request, for being here for 2 hours. You and Belinda as well. Thank you. We'll talk where we are taking this one. Maybe later this week or maybe next week. I think, we'll talk later. We'll talk later on that.
All right. I think also, given the plan that is there, like today you have the topic you see, like the patriarchy, whatever topic, and the one I was thinking about, which I forgot, they come to your channel. I know Belinda also has her own topics, then we go to her and support her in her topic. Then on mine, just like that, as we keep rotating, but we'll talk about it and plan everything. So thank you so much also for hosting me, for the invitation to be part of this. It's amazing, and I know for sure someone somewhere is going to benefit from it. It may not even be 100 people, even just 2
just
are enough.
One.
When you come to whenever you start measuring the impact you're creating, 1 person, 2 people, that's how it starts.
That's
and before
true.
you know
That's
it, you're counting people, 50 people, they are talking about, hey, if it wasn't for Lady Posh live streams, I wouldn't have known about these things, So it starts somewhere.
Thank you so much. Have a good night. Sleep tight, you and Belinda, and see you tomorrow.
And you too. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone who stayed on the chat from the beginning to up to now, and everyone who is watching this later. Feel welcome. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, leave a comment, put the bells on, do everything to support this channel. You're going to learn amazing things.
Thank you for that compliment, for complimenting me at my own place. Thank you.
Yes. You're welcome. Okay, bye now. Bye.
Oh, Belinda, I didn't see you. No wonder I can see. I didn't see you, Belinda. I changed from laptop to phone, and from laptop, it's easier to see guests at the background. Are you still at the background, Belinda? Let me know. I'm so sorry. I didn't see you. I didn't see.
For me, goodbye.
Oh, goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, good night.
Yeah, see you again soon. We'll keep in touch.
For sure we will. Love you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Love you too.
Belinda, do you want to come back? Let me know. Send me a text. Otherwise, thank you so much, Victoria Mima. Here I have been with Chajiras and I have been Wanga. Yes. So for both of you, you will get maybe 30 hours. Yeah, I'll give you 30 hours. Belinda, when nilikupea 30 hours the other day, actually they were 39. Your playlist yako inaenda for 39 hours, Mima. But Nisawa, so next I will do Chajiras and Wanga Lady to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Be blessed. Remain blessed. Have a good night. And I love you. Nope, I'm here. Thanks for having me, Lady Posh. I really appreciate you. I also appreciate you too much, Belinda. We'll talk. So thank you so much, Chajiras. Hope umesikia venye nimesema. So I think ya leo siku ni wewe na Wanga. Yeah. Victoria Mima alipata yake juzi, ndio nikimaliza nyinyi nirudie Victoria Mima. Victoria Mima is one of my girls that I don't want to leave behind at all. nataka avuke bridge anytime very, very soon. Very, very soon. Otherwise, thank you so much. I love you, but I have to leave you and say bye-bye. Good night.